He didn't know he had been shot, not when the gun went off, not when the Secret Service agents grabbed him, not even when they pushed him into the car. At first, it just felt like chaos. March 30th, 1981. Ronald Reagan had just finished speaking at a hotel in Washington, D.C. It was supposed to be routine. Walking out, wave, get in the car, leave. That's it. But as he stepped outside, everything changed in a few seconds. A man in the crowd raised a gun and fired 6 times. People dropped instantly. Agents lunged in every direction. Reporters dove for cover. The sound echoed off the buildings in sharp bursts. Reagan was shoved toward the limousine. Agents covered him, pulled him down, forced him inside. And still, he didn't think he had been shot. The car doors slammed shut. The driver accelerated. They were moving. Inside the car, Reagan started talking, calm, even joking. That was just who he was. For a moment, it seemed like they had gotten lucky, but then something changed. He paused, coughed, and then he saw it, blood. That's when everything shifted. The agents realized immediately this wasn't a graze. This wasn't minor. The bullet had hit the limousine and then ricocheted into his chest. They changed course instantly. No debate, no hesitation. The car sped towards George Washington University Hospital. By the time they arrived, Reagan was struggling to breathe. But he had insisted on walking. He stepped out of the car, made it through the doors, and then collapsed. Doctors rushed him into surgery. There was no time to waste. The bullet had come dangerously close to his heart, closer than anyone was comfortable admitting. Inside the operating room, the pressure was enormous. The President of the United States was on the table. The country was waiting. And still he stayed calm. As they prepared for surgery, Reagan looked at the doctors and said, "I hope you're all Republicans." One of the surgeons smiled and replied, "Today, Mr. President, we're all Republicans." Even then, he was himself. The surgery took hours. Outside, no one knew what to expect. News spread quickly. Confusion turned into fear. How bad was it? Was he going to survive? Inside that room, it came down to inches. 1 inch closer, and the bullet would have hit his heart. 1 inch. That's all that separated survival from something very different. Finally, the update came. He was going to live. Relief spread across the country. But what stayed with people wasn't just the fact that he survived, it was how close it had been. And the fact that for those first few minutes, he didn't even know.